Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election and its aftermath. There is a story that has been trending and for which some people say that Peter Obi should interfere or should intervene, and which I think that it will be Peter Obi is ill-advised for Peter Obi to intervene in this matter. He should allow the matter to run its course. Because anytime somebody run into problem because of his position on Nigerian politics, and the person begin to receive a backlash from Nigerians, they will claim that it is the Obidients. It is Peter Obi, it's Labour Party. They make it appear as Nigerians don't have minds of their own. It's Peter Obi that dictates what they do and say. And you ask yourself, is it Peter Obi that buy data for the millions of the Obidients across the country? That when they go against somebody, then it's the responsibility of Peter Obi. But when Bayon Anuga was saying so many unprintable things against Nigerians from certain parts of the country, when Femi Fani-Kayode was spreading falsehood, which was even acknowledged by the European Union in their report on the 2023 presidential and 2023 general election, nobody asked Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call them to order. In fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not call the thugs in Lagos to order, either during the presidential election or during the governorship election in that state. But had what happened in Lagos happened in Anambra State, everywhere they will be saying Peter Obi should call his boys to order. So Peter Obi should not get himself involved in this matter, because already Peter Obi has intervened too much in things that didn't end well, both for himself, his party. For example, the intervention in the case of Professor Wole Soyinka. What did that achieve? In going to meet Femi Kuti, what did that achieve? Anytime people run into trouble because of their views, they should have to deal with the consequences in terms of reaction from Nigerians. It's not the responsibility of Peter Obi to go and help them out. That is why you, as a leader should be very careful. A leader who controls thousands of people, a church leader who controls thousands of people, millions of people, should be very careful. Weigh the words that comes out of his mouth carefully before saying them. Or at best, keep quiet. Like the Redeemed founder, the Redeemed leader kept quiet throughout the election. At least it's better for him that he kept quiet. So that brings me to the main issue here. There was this report that Labour Party supporters and the Obidients are attacking Convenant Pastor Poju Oyemade for asking Nigerians to support government, not minding who is playing. Okay? Now, he said this thing, which is his right. He has a freedom of speech to say it. Okay? But the public he was addressing also have a responsibility to react or respond to him. Now, he has gotten a negative backlash because of that his position, which is his right. Because he was talking about that the people should work, Nigerians should work together for the country's growth, regardless of party allegiance. Okay, that statement is ordinarily is a politically correct statement. Okay, and that's what they call political correctness in public speaking. You want to sound politically correct, but he failed to understand the depth of people's frustration with the outcome of the 2023 presidential election in particular. Oyemade, that's the Pastor Poju, on his Twitter page had written, "For everyone who loves Nigeria, you want the country to win regardless of who is playing. Just like you want your favorite team to win the trophy, even if the coach didn't field your preferred players. When your team scores, you are happy. Let's stay focused. It's all about the country winning." Now, this view is his view. As I said, he has a right to express himself. But when you put out this on Twitter or in public place, you must get a response, either positive or negative, depending on the thinking of the public or part of the publics that you are speaking with, or you are intended target of communication. Okay? If his statement had gone down well with Nigerians, there will be, he will be happy about it. He will be happy about it. Because he would not, it means that he was flowing with the tide. He was speaking the minds of majority of Nigerians. But the election was characterized by rigging. And the INEC is yet to explain how the rigging occurred. Because when they talk about the glitches that happened in the election, many people interpreted it as rigging. Because how could there be glitches in a beavers machine? The same beavers machine that was able to transmit the senatorial results and transmit the House of Representative result to the INEC RF. But it became blank. It couldn't perform to transmit the presidential election result. That is not an act of God. It's an act of man. And that pisses a lot of Nigerians off. So the only foreclosure for this presidential election is for Supreme Court to rule. The Supreme Court may rule against the will of Nigerian people, but they will move on. But until they do that, nobody should tell anybody to move ahead that the country is on the path of success. Because you cannot plant yam and harvest cassava. It's not possible. You cannot expect that a government that you rejected, you didn't vote for, will eventually turn out good. These reasons you feared you didn't vote for that particular candidate will eventually materialize. Look at Buhari. So many people that rejected Buhari, today they are having the last laugh. People are complaining about Buhari now. But there are people who believe that let us give Buhari a chance, that he will change, that he will do this, he will do that. So Pastor Poju coming out to say that people should move on people should forget about who is playing and just support the team. If that is how it is done, why didn't Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu support the team that was playing in 2015 when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was president? Why didn't he support him so that the country can move forward? So it was an advice that's unnecessary. And I don't know why people are complaining about it, the response he got, to the level that some people have said that Peter Obi should call his supporters to order. I think Peter Obi should not call his supporters to order. In fact, Peter Obi should be wary of offending the Obidients. Because the same people that are telling him to call his supporters to order never believe he has supporters. They never believe he can win any state. They never believe that he could be able to upset the political firmament of this country. Because they say he has no structure. He has no, but they're only on social media. But now everybody could see that Peter Obi, but for alleged rigging, won more states than any of them, these so-called veteran politicians, and defeated them where it matters most. Already, independent tabulation of the Rivers State result shows that Peter Obi won. I'm not making it up. Premium Times has calculated it. The BBC has done same. I said that Peter Obi won Rivers State. Now Peter Obi has presented that in the court. And I believe that the Supreme Court will turn around that reverse result and allocate it to Peter Obi as the winner of it. And I believe strongly, with the amount of evidence I have seen in Benue State, that Peter Obi won Benue State. He has also presented evidence before the court. Now, if you remove these two states from Tinubu number of states will drop down to only 10 states. And Peter Obi will have majority of the states. 13 states plus FCT. That is why I keep on telling people, if the Supreme Court did not declare Peter Obi the winner of this election and call for a rerun, that Peter Obi is the only candidate that is a constant in the variables. It's either Peter Obi and Tinubu will run it, or Peter Obi and Atiku will run it. But you can't run a rerun without Peter Obi. That is how far he has gone from a structureless candidate to the man whose political prowess, what he was able to put on the ground, is shaping the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. And those who made this possible were the Obidients. People were buying data with their own money. It wasn't Peter Obi that was buying data for millions of youths that were creating skills and all kinds of things on social media and elsewhere for Peter Obi. Go to YouTube and see young men, women going from village to village talking about Peter Obi. Peter Obi didn't give them shish. So if those men, young men and women, are reacting to Poju, Pastor Poju, in anger, because what he said didn't make sense to them, I think Peter Obi should better watch it, dabbling into that matter. This matter will eventually fade away. It will eventually fade away, but it will be on record what Poju said. Because this is not the first time Poju himself is having this kind of issue. We know his views before the election. This is another view he is bringing, which is similar to his earlier view before the election, for which he also collected buckets of backlash from people. So it's therefore mischievous for anybody to expect Peter Obi to intervene. And Peter Obi has no business intervening in this matter. People should be able to respond to Pastor Poju as they think or as they thought fit. Okay? So that himself will realize the enormity of upset, anger that Nigerians have because the election did not follow due process. Let me tell you for free. Do you know that if that election of February 25, that the results were uploaded to the INEC IRIF the same time as INEC promised, that the whole world will see the numbers that they were dropping? Nobody will today be upset about the outcome of the election. It's just like those who used to vote for Big Brother, Niger, and all that. At the end of the day, because the process was transparent, even if your favorite candidate in the Big Brother house didn't win, you have to move on. The reason why Nigerians are upset, majority of Nigerians, and when I say majority, I'm saying it, majority of Nigerians are upset, is because the process was not transparent. Let's be frank about this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared winner of the election by 8.7 million votes. The votes against Asuwaju is about 14 to 15 million votes. If you calculate the votes that Atiku, Peter Obi, and Kwankwaso, these are votes against that. Those votes you're seeing that went to Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and to Kwankwaso, they are votes against Tinubu. And Tinubu's 8.7 million vote is questionable. It's already been questioned in the court. Already a mathematician, a statistician, who is a data analyst, had shown to the court that about 18,088 result sheets were blank. Yet these result sheets were used to add votes to Tinubu. And he has calculated and approximated that blank sheet results is about 2.5 million votes that were allocated to Tinubu. And now, if you subtract 2.5 million votes from Bola Ahmed Tinubu's numbers, his number will drop down to 6.2 million votes. 8.7 million votes if you subtract 2.5 million votes. Is 6.2 million votes. His number will drop drastically. And if you remove River State and Benue State from his numbers, his states drop down to 10. And when you begin to adjust the result in Lagos, which was alleged to be padded, and you give Tinubu his rightful vote, you will not be surprised that Tinubu came third position in the election. So when people understand these facts, and you are telling them that they should forget about it, no, they will not forget about it. They will not forget about it, Poju. They will not. They will wait for the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court rules, Nigerians will forget about it. They will move on. We have passed through a lot of this kind of situation in our history, because Nigeria is we are one of the most corrupt countries in the world. So a lot of things that could not happen in other climes always happen here, and we take it. After all, David Cameron described Nigeria as a fantastically corrupt country. We can live with that if the court confirmed it again. in their verdict, the world will also still give us our flowers as the one of the most corrupt and fantastically corrupt countries in the world, where we are rubbing shoulders with Afghanistan, according to David Cameron when he was Prime Minister of Britain. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.